Sometimes they say, look at what we have to learn in incredible amounts. And we have standards of excellence. And we have individual human beings who see to it that all that can happen. And then you say, how can we get these things even? Well, if you get the ends even, the ropes are the same size except for their middles. And that's, that I don't know if you know it, but middles are not equal. If you go to the beach, it works out that way. And so to try to work this, you say, can I tell you a thing that happened to me that I've not even told Mary about? And we've been married for 54 years. She has put up with a lot of stuff. and in the course of this, I can remember when in high school, Mr. Eisenstadt had said, gosh, we're going to expect a lot out of you. And he sent me Christmas cards and things like that. Now, I went off to college working on this degree, and I was one of the Korean type of people, where you get drafted if you're in the bottom half of the class. And the Air Force ROTC said, hey, we're going to play our cards right. And if you play your cards right, they can sometimes even look like your own castle. Isn't that nice? And so you say, well, yeah, that's going to work out. Good grief, it stood up by itself. I'll turn it the other way. And then you say, gee, for a fat guy. Now, my hope had been a year ago, I told Cindy, I wanted to have every one of our CADA people on there because you're there. And isn't it fun? We have people who are kings and queens, and there are a lot of tens, let me tell you, and there are, and you know what? I ran into a guy in the here, they sent us to basic. Everybody go, oh. And you do basic sort of between junior and senior year. Well, I was one of those lucky guys that didn't join this Air Force ROTC thing until I was a junior. So I took the freshman course then, stayed during the summer, took the sophomore course. Oh, it was exciting. And then when I was a senior graduating, then I had to go to basic. Pretty good idea. Believe all things are simply incredibly current. Basic. That isn't what it means, but there you are. It's better than belly. Be an effective leader. Lead yourself. Do what you can. Smart. Julian Smart, next bunk. One night we're doing guard duty, Sacramento. And there we are, McClellan Air Force Base. I hope it's still there. We were in Splinter City. And kind of funny, one night they woke us up for guard duty, didn't have any guns. We had sticks with nails in the end. You were being saved by the Air Force ROTC. And then we did grenade practice. Have you ever done any of that? Terrible. We had uniforms with pockets here. You could put 4 grenades in each side, and then you marched about 2 miles, so your knees were purple. You were one of us, And in the course of this, here is Julian and me, and we're the last 2. And the system is you reach into the pocket, you pull out a grenade, you pull the pin, you lob it over this hill, and there are about 120 of us, 130. Julian, God bless him, a remarkable man, had put his hanky in the pocket, okay? And he pulled out the hanky, and in the hanky was a pin out of a grenade. And there were 3 others that all still had their pins in them, but there was one without. And a grenade without a pin can blow off your leg. And I saw his eyes. And it's happened to each of you. You have seen people face death, and you've faced it yourself. And the excitement of it, and I'm a chicken, you know that right away. I am absolutely worthless, but I saw his eyes, and I'm an activities person. I'm just like you. And I stood on this side of him thinking, if it blows off his leg, it may only get one of mine, And in the course of this, it went off, didn't even scratch him. And Julian looked at me like you're looking, and he said, he should have said, gosh, that was lucky, or gee, weren't you scared, or wasn't that a funny thing, and all the rest of the guys had gone over the hill because the 2 of us are there. He said, there must be something incredibly important for us to do. What a nice thing to say. There must be something incredibly important for us to do.